David, thanks so much for hanging with us.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me on, guys.
I want to start with the recent scandal around the NCAA. You're part of a committee that's charged with finding solutions for the NCAA, more specifically their relationships with outside entities and the NBA. What are the biggest issues you've been facing?
Well, I mean, obviously, you can't have it's not good for the game, obviously, if there's FBI investigations and dealings with college and NCAA sports. So really want to try to get the student athlete, kind of the student back in the student athlete thing, and really have all the constituents kind of figure out a better way to, I think, change the dialogue. It's not the NCAA against these athletes. It's, you know, I'm one of those great examples of a guy who went to college, and the NCAA was a tremendous benefit for me and opened the pathway for me to do very well financially. So we're not just talking about one and dones. We're talking about what the NCAA can actually be for a lot of these kids and change this dialogue a little bit.
Yeah, but David, I appreciate you being on the show. Thank you. Always good to talk to you, my man. I got to ask you this question, though. When you look at the NCAA, obviously nothing and no entity is perfect. When we speak about the imperfections, people like myself, Max Kellerman, and others, we point to the hypocrisy of the NCAA. When you look at the NCAA, what do you see specifically that's most glaringly wrong with the institution in question?
Well, I think the biggest challenge is right now the NCAA is a great organization in the way that it's set up, but when you have conflict, it doesn't handle conflict particularly well. So I think, you know, some of the ways that issues have been resolved haven't been perfect. And I think that in some ways it's created this kind of a wall between the institution and the students. And I think that there's a benefit for both sides. We want to get as many kids into college, as many kids degrees, as many kids opportunity to experience that college campus as possible. We're not trying to take away opportunities from these kids. And so I think that it looks like it's almost an adversarial relationship, and it almost looks like, you know, we're not giving the kids opportunities, when I think it's just the opposite. 99% of these kids, college is going to be their best opportunity. So how do we create an environment where kids aren't enticed to take a little bit of money here or do something bad here to rush to the NBA when only 1% of them are going to actually be successful anyway? We want to encourage them. If 99% of these kids came to me, I'd say stay in school. Stay in school as long as you possibly can, because you know what? Chances are that's going to be how you make the most money for the rest of your life. But there are a small percentage of kids that come out each year, and they should go to the pro. I mean, they're talented. You know, you don't stop musicians from going to the pro. Mm-hmm. They're phenomenal. If they're 17, let them go do whatever they need to do. But college, let's make sure that the kids understand what a great opportunity it is. Let's get the institutions on their side, really promoting them and encouraging them and getting them off to a good start. And then maybe we'll start to appreciate the value of being on college campus.